The man, bro, was moving like an NFL running back out here dodging everything. So he jumped towards Kefla and she said you can't dodge in midair and shot a ki blast at him. But Goku said I'm not going out like this and did a flip while skating on the blast, turned around and absolutely shit on her. Oh, I have never seen Goku do somebody this foul.
Go best friend, go best friend, 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 best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
Ah, yes. You seen the title, so you already know what we're covering today. Part 2 to one of the most dangerous tournaments you could think of when talking about anime. The Tournament of Power. Now, for those of y'all who saw the last part, you're already up to speed, so you're good, but let me do a quick recap for the new folks. And after watching what transpired last episode, I think we all could use a recap, so let's get into it. So last episode, we learned that Goku and his team had entered into a tournament in which they'd be fighting for their survival. And in this tournament, we've seen everything from reverse jumpings to Walmart Brolys, shit, even the Lorax made his debut. And we can't forget about the amount of disrespect that this man Jiren's been dishing out left and right. And of course, remember that I can't go over every single fight that happened in this tournament, but we're going over some highlights for sure. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So after Goku failed to knock Jiren out, bro said fuck out of my face and set him flying. And if you watch the last part, you already know how overpowered this man Jiren is. So Goku was in critical condition and this man Frieza came out of nowhere and started aiming a ki blast at him. And me being the viewer, I'm wondering where the rest of the team is because your best player is down and y'all not gonna come and check on him? So Frieza shot Goku with a beam and instead of doing damage, it actually healed him. And Goku's like, nigga, what did you do to me? And Frieza said, hey, somebody's gotta be Jiren and it ain't gonna be me, and he just did. So Goku sees Vegeta and they both meet up to give each other an update, and Vegeta said, hey nigga, you good? And Goku said, yeah, I'm straight, I just had to fight that female Broly. And Vegeta said, yup, and it's gonna stay that way because I am not fighting that. So as Vegeta went away, the Transformers from Universe 3 pulled up and tried to fight Goku. And you already know Goku, he was not running from no type of smoke, but he was badly injured. So they charged Goku and he was getting ready to fight, but out of nowhere, Kefla came and kicked the shit out of one, headbutt the other, and blasted the other nigga into orbit. Put them niggas in a 3-piece combo. And Goku saw this and was like, oh shit, good looks. But Kefla let Goku know that she did not come to play, and both her and Kel are about to knock Goku out the ring. And hey, I'm not a fan of how the tingly back Saiyans tried to jump Goku when he was down, but he needed this fight if he wanted to reach the next level. So they square up and Universe 6 finally gets to run it back with this nigga Goku. And my first time watching this, I was a bit nervous because 2 Super Saiyans jumping Goku does not sound like the best ordeal. But Kefla said fuck all that and charged Goku, and they actually started piecing them, caused them to fall back on ki blast man, but they was leaving them shit too. So they readjust and catch him in a sandwich, but as he falls back, Kel is not letting up, over here trying to piece him still. But Kel said get baited and kick Goku in a barrage of ki blast, Kefla said. But Goku blocked it and said get that weak shit out of here, and transformed into Super Saiyan God. And so Kel saw this and said, yo, do you think we can still beat this nigga? And Kefla started laughing and said, fuck no, we can't beat him, but that don't mean we not gonna jump his ass. And I'm not gonna lie, as annoying as these two are, I gotta respect the work ethic because they're not gonna leave this nigga Goku alone. So the two tried to charge Goku, but he was ready this time, kicked the shit out of Kefla and started scrapping with Kel. But Kefla said, oh hell no, and pulled back up, and Goku hit her with a mean uppercut. And just as he was about to finish the combo, Kel charged the ki blast and shot at him, only for Goku to say, get that weak shit out of here and jump through that shit. And look at Beerus, bro started cheesing because he knew Goku was on point. So Goku shot a command to finish the two off, and it looked like it connected, but through the smoke, you just see a green light. And whatever that light was blitzed Goku, and you didn't even know what was going on. And so now it's time to introduce y'all to one of the most annoying characters in this tournament, Kefla. And so real quick, for those of y'all who don't watch Dragon Ball, Kale and Kefla had performed a technique called fusion. And when you use fusion, it allows both the users to come together and increase their strength by a shit ton. So I was not surprised when Goku transformed into blue because this shit is not something to play around with. So they dashed at each other and started throwing hands, and for the most part, it looked evenly matched. So Kefla charged the ki blast and launched it at Goku, but Goku and Kaioken and swatted that shit away. And when she went on the offensive, Goku weaved their shit, landed a punch, and sent her flying. And I'm not gonna lie, although I don't like Kefla, she is tough because she got back up and ate that shit. So once again, she charged Ki Blast, and of course Goku matched it, but when he least expected it, she teleported behind him and kicked the shit out of him. And since he was already fatigued from the Jiren fight, that one kick was lethal and forced him to power out of blue. And once again, where's his team at? Your best player is down and nobody's coming to save him. And this had all of Universe 7 stressing. But Goku said, I'm not about to go out like that, and found just enough strength to stand back up. So when Kefla tried to deliver the final blow, the screen went black and opened to Goku weaving them shit. Which brings us to our next fight. UI Goku versus Kefla. So Kefla charged Goku and attempted to land a kick on him, but not only did he weave that, but he proceeded to weave every single kick she tried to follow up with. And in these next few seconds, you're gonna know exactly what I mean when I say Goku has weave on Hall of Fame. So Kefla's throwing a barrage of punches and not a single one was landing. So she charged up a bunch of Ki Blast and threw it at him, but he weaved them shit too. And in the process, did a backflip off the cliff. So Kefla chased him down and sent more over, but bro just weaved while he was falling. And as they lined up, she was shocked, but Goku said, fuck out of my face, and punched the shit out of her. And bro said her flying through mountains, but when she got up, she was pissed to realize she had to end this soon before Goku fully adjusted. And I'm not gonna lie, Kefla was holding her own against Goku, but only one winner could come out on top. And so Kefla begins charging, and her aura starts to shoot out laser beams, and Goku had to be careful because if he got hit by one, it was rad. And as Goku charges command, bro was moving like an NFL running back, out here dodging everything. So he jumped towards Kefla, and she said, you can't dodge in midair, and shot a Ki Blast at him. But Goku said, I'm not going out like this, and did a flip while skating on the blast, turned around and absolutely shit on her. I have never seen Goku do somebody this foul. And that would be the second time that someone has farmed a clip on Kale this tournament. First Jiren and now Goku? And how are you gonna tell a nigga with Ultra Instinct that you can't dodge in mid-air like it's not his specialty? And someone please tell me how this blast did not kill her, because it looks like she's about to die. But unfortunately, they were the last members of Universe 6, so Zeno said if that blast didn't kill you, I will and erase them. And I'm not gonna lie, Universe 6 getting erased was sad and all, but that's not gonna stop us from talking about how Toppo did Frieza in the worst way possible. And so it cuts to our boy Android 17, and he's currently trying to get away from this nigga Toppo who's been chasing him. And 17's plan was to waste as much time as possible so that his universe could have the most amount of people standing. But Toppo got tired of running and shot a big ass Ki Blast at 17. And 17 was in trouble because although he matched it, he was about to get pushed off the arena. So realizing he had the advantage, Toppo was about to push 17 off, but then got shot in the back. And when he looked back to see who did it, it was this nigga Frieza, and bro was posted up there talking shit. So Toppo said, bro, move, I'm doing this for the trees. And Frieza said, nigga, I don't give a damn about no trees, and shot him with a big ass Ki Blast. So Toppo lost control and got sandwiched by both attacks, and this was gonna do some damage. And hey, what Frieza did may have been scum, but he saved one of the MVPs of this tournament, so I'll let it slide. And although he survived the blast, bro was on his last legs and fell to the ground. And here go Frieza talking about some, hey, if I win the Super Dragon Balls, I'm gonna get you a trainer and a diet, old fat ass. But Frieza's gonna regret saying that because Top got up and started to transform. And look at Frieza hopping back and still talking shit. So real quick, for those of y'all who don't watch Dragon Ball, the God of Destruction for Universe 11 was looking to retire. But in order for them to retire, there has to be one person to fill that role, and Top just happened to be that guy. So bro literally turned into a God of Destruction. But Frieza started laughing and said, God of Destruction or not, I'm still him. And Toppo said, alright then, he shot a ball of destruction at him. And as stated in the past, Frieza has 3 options. He could either run, hide, or evade. But this nigga said, fuck it, I'ma be Broly for a day, and stood right in front of it. And this is a face of instant regret. Bro got himself one-shotted. But hold on, because the feud between these two does not stop there. So a few minutes later, Toppo was chasing 17 and caught him in a corner. And so he charged up a ball of destruction only for it to get destroyed by a rock. And it turns out this nigga Frieza pulled right back up to get his get back. And look at bro, he's pissed. But respect to Frieza for pulling right back up, because I wouldn't have came back after getting one-shotted like that. But anyways, Frieza threw a supernova at Top and got his shit disintegrated. And Top said, you know what? I'm gonna beat his ass real quick, and pulled up and aired him out. And he wasn't done. Bro grabbed his head and dragged him through a mountain. And once they got to the bottom, Top picked him up, started squeezing his head, dropped him, and kicked this nigga like a football. And I gotta be honest, this is one of the few times I actually felt bad for Frieza. But hey, he fucked around and found out. So the tournament's coming to a close, and the only two that remain are Goku and Jiren. And Goku had charged so much energy that it looked like a mini galaxy had formed under him. But this time he was absorbing the energy around him to make him stronger. And Jiren, seeing this, was like, I guess this nigga's valid after all, and started charging as well. But instead of absorbing the energy, Jiren compressed it into one attack to try to end Goku. And me being the viewer, I was on the edge of my seat because there was only 5 minutes left in the tournament, and this shit was about to end soon. So Jiren shot the blast at Goku, and as it's coming towards him, bro's hair started glowing, and next thing you know, the blast disappeared. And as you can see, everyone who was spectating was confused, but Jiren looked behind him and Goku was standing there with the ball in his hand. And Goku said, "Get that weak shit out of here." Which brings us to our final fight. MUI Goku versus Jiren. So Goku wasted no time and dashed at Jiren and got a hit on. And Jiren got up and said, "Oh, it's like that," and charged at Goku. And Goku was out here weaving every attack Jiren threw at him. So he fell back and the two started clashing, and it was looking pretty even until Goku countered him and hit him with a two-piece combo. But Jiren was not going out like that. Bro charged the big-ass ki blast and shot it at Goku. But Goku said, "Man, that shit weak as hell," and blocked it, causing a huge explosion. And my first time watching this, I was hyped because at the time we had waited months to see Jiren get his ass beat. But Jiren charged Goku again, this time to try to get a few hits in, but Goku was not having it. Bro started comboing the life out of him. So he started spamming ki blast, and you already know Goku had to get active. Bro was dodging every single one and even broke the Naruto runner. So Goku tossed Jiren only for him to end up coming back and getting pieced in the process, and Goku followed up on that combo. Literally sent this man Jiren flying. But Jiren got pissed and powered up again, causing the whole arena to be engulfed in flames. And me being the viewer, I started raging because why is this nigga so overpowered? But hey, I can't even lie, this scene with him walking was kind of cold. And with both of them at full power, it was pretty obvious that this fight was going to come to a close real soon. So Jiren took off and they both started scrapping, but once he gained the upper hand, Goku fell back and Jiren charged the ki blast and shot it at him. And Goku tried to deflect it, but ended up getting caught in the explosion, and you could tell this was about to do some damage. But when the smoke cleared, he got back up and Jiren started tweaking. He asked him how he kept coming back. But what Jiren doesn't realize is that's what we've been asking about him the whole series. So this made Jiren mad and he charged Goku, but Goku weaved that shit and hit him with an air palm, or maybe even an air fist, because I see multiple punches. If only Neji was still alive, I bet he would be able to tell us the difference. But Jiren fell back and started spamming ki blast again, but Goku was still out here getting little. Bro was weaving every single blast Jiren sent his way. So he caught air and charged one final command wave to launch at Jiren, and when he shot it, it was a direct hit and sent him flying. And when the smoke cleared, you could see this man was out of it, and Goku had won the matchup. But yeah, that's pretty much it, unless you want to add the fact that 17 won and wish for everybody to come back. Also, y'all, I want to mention that we're close to 2,000 subscribers, and I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Last Saturday, I said 100 likes for part 2, and when I woke up the next morning, that shit was already at 120, so I already knew I had to hop back in the lab. So for this video, I'm gonna put up the challenge of 200 likes, and I'm gonna see how y'all do. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell, because we got more heat on the way. With that being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.